and welcome to my channel. Today I'm talking about 3 questions that you need to ask yourself if you want to get into IO psychology. So the first question that I would say is, are you a hustler? What I mean by that is, do you grind? Do you have, is it your personality to think of new and innovative ways to make money, to gain experience, to network with people? If it is your personality to do those things, then IO might be for you. If not, then you may want to rethink this choice. And the reason I say that is because IO psychology is a very hard field to break into. I've spoken with IO psychologists who are entering the field, IO psychologists who are leaving the field, who are retiring, and the consensus is pretty much the same. It's hard to get in to the field. It was hard to get in 30 years ago. It's hard to get in now. That has not changed. I think it's a little easier than it was 30 years ago because you have technology now to really market and brand yourself. But it's still hard, and you really need to be creative about how you get experience, because a lot of jobs out there that are looking for IO psychologists or talent development professionals or assessment or talent acquisition or all the other IO things, they're looking for people with a lot of experience, like 10 years of experience or whatever. And so you have to be creative about how to gain that experience. If you're not the kind of person who walks into your job and thinks about all of the issues and the possible ways you could help, you're probably not right for IO. And I'm not saying that to be rude or harsh or whatever, but I'm just saying that's the reality of the situation. It's usually people who are very much go-getters, driven, and hustlers. I don't know how else to say. I don't mean it in a bad way, we're not liars and things like that, but we work really hard to get where we want to go. And if you're not that kind of person who can network and weasel your way into a position, then it's not for you. The second question to ask is, are you willing to learn statistics and data analysis? And I don't mean to ask you that to scare you, but most of the jobs, at least the really good, high-paying ones, and the ones that are most out there, are ones that are looking for people who are able to look at data, know what to do with it, and know what it means, and know how to present that in a way to people who do not understand statistics as well. So my background, I've always been terrible at math since childhood. So I'm a little surprised that I was able to get through statistics. I took in undergrad I took 2 statistics courses. Well, I took 3 because the first one I failed, and so I had to take it again. And then I took another one that was higher level after that. And then in grad school I taught, man, how many statistics classes have I taken in grad school? There was that one, and there was that other one. I've taken 4 statistics classes in grad school, and then I've taken 1 or 4 research methods courses on top of that. So in total I've taken 8 research courses, 4 statistics courses in grad school, and 2 in undergrad, if you don't count the one that I had to repeat. So I've taken a lot of stats courses. You kind of have to in this field because they want people who are able to look at a survey, create surveys, dish them out, and then be able to do something with those surveys, something meaningful. What does this mean? What does this data mean to us? And so I'm not saying you have to be a mathematician. I've always been bad at math, but I had to work really, really hard to get through all of those courses. And like I said, I had to retake a stats class in undergrad. So you have to, again, it's kind of number 1, being a hustler. You have to really work hard at things. If you are just good at math in general or good at statistics, then good on you. A lot of people scare away from it and they're afraid of it. So if you're kind of afraid of it, kind of like I was, then you kind of have to work really hard at it and be willing to put in that work. I have a stats binder of resources and statistics articles that tell me different statistical analyses I can do and what they mean and all of these things. And the binder is probably about this thick, I want to say. I can go get it. It's this thick. I exaggerated a little bit. It's this much. But the binder is huge to add more resources. Yay. I love binders. Okay, number 3. Do you get easily discouraged? If the answer is yes, then the IO is probably not for you. Or you need to work really hard at not being easily discouraged. I met with an IO psychologist a few weeks ago. His tip was that he got into IO psychology through HR. He did HR work first. So his tip for any new person going into the field is to get into the HR world. And he says that because a lot of organizational psychologists or industrial organizational psychologists don't have background in HR as an internal person. So they don't really understand the inner workings of an organization in the same way as an HR professional would. And so if you're looking to be an external consultant, having that edge, being able to understand the inner workings as well as the outer workings, is going to put you at a higher advantage and keep people hiring you repeatedly. So getting long-term clients, because they're just going to say, you get it. You really just understand. I don't have to spend a lot of time explaining to you how things work. You just get it. And that comes from experience working within an organization in the HR realm. The reason that I was able to ask that question is because I originally reached out to his organization to ask if they had any opportunities for new IOers like myself. I was looking for internship, part-time, whatever. He didn't have anything for me at the time, but he did take the time to meet with me to give me those tips of advice. So I didn't get discouraged by the rejection. I just made it an opportunity to ask the question, like, okay, what advice do you have, or what guidance is there? And be willing to listen to those answers, because people who have been in the field for a long time obviously know what it's like, and looking at it from their perspective after having all of these years of experience is really beneficial. So see rejection as an opportunity to gain more information about your advancement and what you can do in the future. I hope these tips helped you. Like and subscribe if you would like to see more content, or just go on this journey with me.